Hey, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer. We've got one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s television show theme song, all genres, dramas, comedies, cartoons, soap operas, game shows, don't matter. We like it all. Before we forget, if you like us, please like and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And one of the best things you can do is tell your friends about us and how much you enjoy your pals at the Super 80s Podcast Friend. Finally, you can reach out to us with questions, comments, observations, mistakes we've made, suggestions on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. The 8 and the 0 are numerals, not letters. And are we somewhere else?
We're also on Threads.
I knew you got us somewhere else, you sneaky dog.
Yeah.
If you can find us on Threads, I don't even know what that is. So reach out to us. We love hearing from you guys. And time to introduce us. I am one of the three hosts. I'm John.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
Hello, I am Peter.
And we are excited to have you here for our 10th episode. We're in the double digits, boys.
I can't believe it.
They said it couldn't happen.
Said it couldn't be done.
Here we are. Donna Martin graduates. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. We like to start the show with a drink. We're looking for a sponsor, so we're always trying to get that angle going here. So we like to start with a drink, and we do encourage you to join us. So if you are not driving, crack open a beer, cocktail, sit back on your couch, love seat. What are some other Papasan chairs? Swimming pool?
Davenport?
Davenport.
Chesterfield. And have a drink. Ryan, what are you drinking today?
It's an old recipe, a Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
Excuse me?
Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
So you're not drinking a beer?
Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
Ryan's drinking a Dr. Fong of Tahiti. Pete, what do you got in your glass?
Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
What the hell is going on here? Let's see what I got.
It's
a Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
Beautiful ice.
Dear listeners, to celebrate our 10th anniversary, we're chugging rum drinks. And this is a Dr. Fong of Tahiti. I believe it was made at some tiki bar in Chicago in the 1960s. And it's pretty tasty.
So you're saying it didn't originate in Tahiti?
It may have and made its way to Chicago.
Dr. Fong walked into a bar in Chicago and said, I got a recipe for you folks.
Yep. Throw some rum, some grenadine, some lime juice, and call it a day.
It's delicious.
3 ingredients.
It's delicious.
It's great.
That's how we celebrate our anniversaries here on the Super 80s Podcast Friend. Normally we're beer drinkers, but for anniversaries, we chug rum.
Dr. Fong it is.
Happy anniversary, boys.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you. You too.
Anything to report? Retractions, observations, ideas, announcements?
No, I don't even remember what we did last episode, so I...
Drawing a blank.
That's why you guys keep me around. It was Charles in charge.
Oh, jeez.
And
we were probably harsh on that one.
Yeah.
There's a couple things that came up from listeners and just from my listening through. I think I'm the only one who listens to our show afterward. You guys.
It's the only way we get downloads.
I just keep downloading it. So I guess I'll start out with retraction time. So ready?
Retraction time.
Sha-la-la-la. Here's my retraction. I mentioned that I thought that the actress, hold on, I pulled this up, Josie Davis, who played Sarah Powell on Charles in Charge, was in the movie 10 Things I Hate About You. And it was not. It's an actress who goes by the name of Julia Stiles.
That's who you thought you were talking about?
Yep.
Julia Stiles? You got confused with the girl from Charles in Charge?
Josie Davis.
How did you do that?
I'm not very smart. I think we're learning as 10 episodes in. I don't know a lot.
Julia Stiles is the lady that was in the Spider-Man movie, right?
Let's take a look. I've got her Wikipedia page up.
Don't know that.
I think so. In like the first Spider-Man.
I think I just know her from 10 Things I Hate About You.
She was in Mona Lisa Smile,
Hmm.
the Bourne franchise.
No, I don't know that either.
I'm not going to look much harder because
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
a retraction. So that was one of my mistakes. I thought that Josie Davis was Julia Stiles.
I can see it though. Now that I'm thinking about Stiles, I could see how you would make that mistake.
Yeah, both human beings.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that was my retraction. Did I have another one? I took a few notes here. That might have been it. Ryan's laugh was a really big hit on some of our social media. So keep laughing.
I guess.
Your laugh is the breakout star of the podcast medium.
Apparently.
I want to tell you guys a couple of things, if you don't mind. This is going back a few episodes. I watched an episode of The Facts of Life.
Oh, man.
And what I think I might do occasionally is I want to go back and watch shows, but only after we discuss them here, because I want to go with my old memories.
Yeah.
And it was an episode, it was George Clooney's first episode.
So this is later in the 10-year Facts of Life.
This
like
is...
late 80s.
And Charlotte Rae was about to jump ship.
Ah, okay.
And I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but 80s TV is so weird. Does anybody want to guess George Clooney's job before he ended up hanging out with the Facts of Life gals?
In real life?
No, like the character.
In the
His
character. A janitor.
Nope.
Oddly, I was also going to say janitor.
He had just returned as a hot tub installer in Kuwait
Well, Kuwait.
and was kicked out of the country for getting fancy with a local lady.
I mean, it's like the writer from Charles in Charge where has signed on for an episode there.
So picture me. My wife and kids have gone to bed. I'm like, I'll just watch a quick episode of The Facts of Life. Because we had just finished the episode and I wanted to check it out. And I just couldn't. Unbelievable.
Again, of all the things, why, maybe they just did that for their own giggles and were like, yeah, we could make them be anything. But
Yeah, it was.
hot tub installer where? And they just like spin the globe and put their finger down on it. Well, I guess Kuwait it is. Well,
So unreal, ridiculous. And one other thing, one of our listeners, Susie in Wisconsin, I had mentioned in the episode that I thought that they opened up a candy shop and Edna's Edibles wasn't a candy shop. But
What?
she noted that during the Cloris Leachman years, they did essentially have a candy shop. So I must have remembered those
Well,
later
what the-
seasons. So
your memory is better than you suspect.
it might be. Any other things before we get to Conky? This is kind of a long lead-in. I did have one other maybe mini game I wanted to try just for fun. It'll be a quick one.
I don't know. I'm kind of excited to hear what Conky
Well,
has to
Conkster
say.
has
All
to
right.
say.
Let's do it. All right. By the way, if you've never listened before and you haven't tuned out by now, we have a robot. His name is Conky. He used to belong to Pee Wee Herman. Ryan found him in a dumpster a while back. He lives in our neighborhood. He makes rum drinks for us on anniversary episodes. He brings us beer. He cleans the house. He scoops the poop out of the kitty litter box. And he picks our song every week. We have no say in the matter, but you listeners do. So we're going to talk to our dear pal Conky, who's sitting right next to me. Hey, Conky. And he is going to help us figure out what song we're going to be analyzing this week. Conky.
Ready to assist you, Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky. What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is the A-Team.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're a first-time listener, we usually start out by sharing our memories of the show. Sometimes we've got a lot. Sometimes we don't know anything. Pete or Ryan, why don't one of you start? What do you remember about the legendary A-Team?
The characters stayed real consistent through the episodes, and a lot of the plot lines were just different variations of sort of the same thing. But as a kid, I remember really digging it.
We need consistency as children, and the A-Team gave that to us.
It's true.
Yeah, I agree. I think I remember really liking the show, And as I'm thinking about it now, sort of out loud, I'm surprised that my parents let me watch the show. I mean, it was violent, not grotesquely violent, but it was an action.
It's an action show.
Yeah.
One thing I learned is that it did not show anyone actually getting hurt or killed.
Well, not
So,
surprising.
like, there would be, like, things blowing up, and people would, like, limp away from it.
Sure. Well, it had to get aired on network TV, right? So this wasn't HBO.
So I was a big fan.
Yeah.
So big that I wrote into the Mr. T fan club. And I remember this, and I should ask my parents if they still have this. I was sent an autographed, probably fake autographed, picture of the entire A-team, and it was like an 8.5 by 11, and it was like a picture, and there was autographs on it, and I got some sort of form letter. And then a few months later, I don't know if I wrote back or this was just part of the deal, I got a 5 by 7 autograph picture, black and white photograph of Mr. T, and it said, "God bless Mr. T."
Awesome. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
What age do you think you were?
Do you happen to know the years of the show? I'm guessing I was 7, 8, 9, 10.
83 to 86.
So 10 at the most. So
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
8. And I wrote, I don't know, like where we would have found an address back then. The library.
Right?
Do you have the address for the 8?
Looking for the A-team address.
Oh, sure. You just got to go over to this section.
Oh, honey, just a second. I'll find it for you.
Have a piece of candy while you wait.
Do you know B.A. Baracus's address? I need to contact him.
So I sent in a fan letter and got a reply.
I love it.
That's fantastic. And how did 8 or 10-year-old you react when you realized there was a letter, and did it have Mr. T in the return address?
Mr. T, Hollywood.
Sucker.
I loved it. And I held on to it for years. I wouldn't be surprised if it's still floating around somewhere, but I hung it on my wall. I think I brought the glossy picture to my elementary school and showed it off.
You should have.
I really feel like this thing still exists somewhere at your parents' house.
I'm going to reach out
Yeah.
to my mom and dad.
I feel like the probability is 75% that it still exists somewhere.
I can picture it. Both pictures. Like I can picture like the poses.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I was a big fan. Funnily enough, and you know how it is with that age of your life, I love the show. I really don't remember it very well.
Well, the wasn't it all the same? Like
It was roughly the same premise, but yeah, now
Yeah.
that you say that, if I were to try and think of specific episodes, cannot.
well, there was the episode where a car blew up.
I see what you did there. Now, A-Team fans listening, what's exciting is we will have another A-Team episode, correct? Because there was a cartoon.
I think you're right.
We'll have to do a little look-see. I think there was a cartoon, and that might mean it has
Are
a
you
totally
thinking
different
of the
theme
wrestling, rock and roll wrestling?
song. No, I think there was an A-Team.
Really?
We're not experts, listeners.
We'll find out.
We will find out. We've got the internet.
Okay.
Any other memories?
Well, just the theme song, right? I mean, the theme song itself.
Can you hum it?
I think I can probably recite the whole thing.
Do you want to, or should we wait? It's up to you.
It's up to I have no idea. I know that as a kid I memorized it.
Should we let him try?
Sure.
All right. Give it to us, Ryan.
All right, so let me think here. In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison for a crime they didn't commit. They promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade and escaped to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help and you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Did they really say promptly?
I think so.
He's not looking at anything, I swear.
I can't remember what I had for dinner last night, but I literally can remember that.
That was insane.
Well done.
I hope.
I don't know that that's right, but
Well, if it's not, it is not. It's the new one. I approve. That was unbelievable. You needn't even write for an autographed picture.
It's true. It's true.
Didn't have the address.
Didn't go to the library. Mr. T, P.O. Box 1, California.
California, 123.
Oh, that was... Because I know the theme. Right. But I couldn't. I could get the crack commando, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I intentionally memorized it as a kid. Like, I spent time listening to it. I might have written it down, like, to try and memorize it as a kid.
So, like, 6 to 8 year old you memorized this.
Yeah. I don't know how old I was, but yeah.
That's fantastic.
To get, like, playground cred.
Well, if you walk up to a kid and you just whisper that in their ear, right? Like, what? No one's going to mess with you.
You pull out a jackknife. You just say that. The lunch line. Oh, that's good stuff. Well, that's great. The A-Team. I'm really excited. I haven't probably heard this theme song in a really, really long time. So I'm excited. Any other memories before Engineer Pete gives us some background on the A-Team?
No.
All right. I'm going to drink some rum. Pete's going to teach us.
Okay. It ran from January 83 to December of 86. 98 total episodes. The first episode aired right after the Super Bowl.
Ah, that's prime spot to try and get some viewership.
Yeah. We're all pretty clear on the plot, so I don't need to explain that. The characters, there's Hannibal, played by George Papard.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's the leader, master of disguise. Then we got Templeton Peck, a.k.a. Face or Face Man,
Yeah.
played by Dirk Benedict. He's a con man. H.M. Murdoch. H.M. stands for Howling Mad, played by Dwight Schultz. He's the pilot. B.A. Baracus, of course, played by Mr. T. He's the mechanic and the muscle. And then, of course, there was the customized GMC Vandura.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I did find some fun facts on guest stars. There was an episode where Rick James plays himself. He requests the team's help for a friend who is in prison and facing danger from the other prisoners.
Ooh.
The prisoner in trouble is played by Isaac Hayes.
Whoa, some music royalty there.
Yeah.
Boy George plays himself. Wow. Face pulls off a big career move arranging a performance by Country George. Instead, he gets Boy George.
Good one.
The episode also worked in some kind of bank robbery.
Of course it did.
And this one is kind of my favorite. Vanna White plays herself in an episode where Murdoch is a winning contestant on the Wheel of Fortune.
Gosh.
The cross promotion there is beautiful.
Yeah. And so Murdoch always had to be broken out of a mental prison. I don't know if you guys remember that part.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Like every time they needed him to fly somewhere, they had to go break him out. BA always had to be drugged in order to get him onto the planes with Murdoch.
Yeah.
And this part I kind of had forgotten. Hannibal would go in as the master of disguise and vet the clients to make sure they were good people and they had legitimate requests and they were not part of the CIA before he would, maybe pull down his mustache and say, "You just hired the A-Team."
Wow.
Well, how else do you survive as soldiers of fortune? Right?
I had so many questions about where they lived.
The Los Angeles Underground.
Yeah, I don't know what that means and how people reached them.
There were no cell
That's the
phones.
trick.
The same way I did. They went to the
library.
And just wrote a letter.
We're
Right?
looking for some crack commandos. Could you help us out? Oh, sure.
Good thing the CIA never thought of that.
Exactly. Here's a Jolly Rancher.
Always a step ahead. Always a step ahead.
Wow.
So that's the show.
What about the theme song? I
The
love
theme
it.
song
I love
was composed by Mike Post and Pete Carpenter.
A Mike Post
it.
theme.
Oh,
Wow.
I want to do a little aside about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I've got some nice Mike Post facts here. But first, Pete Carpenter was a jazz trombonist, arranger, and composer of TV theme music, and he worked with Post on multiple projects. Mike Post also composed theme songs for Law and Order, NYPD Blue, The Rockford Files, LA Law, Quantum Leap, among others. And one of my favorite facts about Mike Post, he was the producer of Van Halen's Van Halen 3 album.
Their biggest hit. That's the one that Gary Sharon sings on.
You're going to have to step in with the facts on that because that is like the album I know the least about.
Well, Van Halen 3 came out after another falling out with Sammy Hagar after the Balance album, and they recruited Gary Sharon, who sang for the band Extreme. One album, it had one decent hit on it, and the rest is pretty forgettable.
Yeah. Produced by the guy who composed the theme song to the A-Team.
Well, Mike Post is such a legend that The Who, in their 2000s album Endless Wire, wrote a song called Mike Post Theme as an homage to his skill as a writer. And I'll play a few seconds of it. You remember that album?
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. So I'll give you guys just a couple seconds.
It's the first thing that came to mind when I thought of him, other than Hill Street Blues or whatever else he was producing.
Van Halen 3 didn't pop into your head?
It did not, no.
So here's a few seconds of The Who's song, and the name of the song is Mike Post Theme.
There is no lover in this number scene. We summon every childhood ghost we've seen. Then suddenly we hear that Mike Post theme.
Yeah.
Everything is alright.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
it's a good tune.
You'd think Roger Daltrey grew up watching TV in the 80s in his pajamas eating cereal.
Eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles,
Mr. T cereal.
Mr. T cereal.
I liked Mr. T cereal.
That's great.
So did Pee-wee.
You sure did.
And another fun fact, I don't know if I should share it now or later, but the French version,
Francois?
they sing the spoken word part that you just did, they sing it with the music.
Well, we might have to
Good grief.
dig that up on old YouTubes.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Yeah. So, whenever you guys are ready to dive
Well,
in.
that is some awesome
Love
background
it.
today, Engineer Pete. We appreciate that. Mike Post, a legend of the 80s.
Yeah. I wasn't
TV.
expecting that. I wasn't expecting Mike Post.
It makes sense now that I kind of hear the song in my head. Well, I say let's dive into the Los Angeles Underground.
Mm-hmm.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit.
We got a military type snare drum. This guy's voice it's good.
Oh, yeah.
He's all business.
Yeah, I like it.
He's got that kind of TV or like a newscaster voice, but he sounds a little pissed.
Yep. Yep, I like it.
What did he say so far? If we can, I know you've mentioned.
I don't
this
need to look
before.
at the lyrics. No. In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court. That's how far I think we got.
Okay, so they were imprisoned in 72.
Yep.
So this is 11 years later,
Yes.
83. And also, so in the background we've got a snare drum and we've got a helicopter.
Yep.
Huey, I believe is what they call them, or choppers.
Chopper. The chopper, get to the chopper.
Is that a kindergarten cop reference?
I think it's Predator.
See you at the potty, Rigta.
Yeah, chopper.
Roll it.
These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune.
They did promptly escape. You were correct.
So they weren't in the pokey for 11 years.
No.
Could you give me that, please?
These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune.
Now, when I hear this, that they're in the Los Angeles Underground, are either of you guys familiar with Police Academy 2 with Bobcat Goldthwait?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know that kind of place he lives in with all those other people?
Yes.
That's where I'm picturing these guys living.
Was there like goats and sacrifices and things, or am I thinking of mixing up movies?
Maybe there's a lot of spray paint.
Probably spray
and
paint
he's-
for sure.
He's Bobcat Goldthwait in it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm picturing these guys living. If listeners,
But they're kind of pissed at all the people that live around them.
yes,
Like, can you guys clean up?
and I think Bobcat Goldthwait is watching episodes of that '70s show. Oh shit, I'm gonna forget it. It's got two little kids. and an adult or two.
Little House on the Prairie.
That's the worst. My description was so dumb. Let's
Waltons?
It'll come to Family
The
Matters.
description
No,
was so
that's-
bad, Ryan's answer could be accurate,
Damn it. Family Affair.
except for the Bob
Family Affair.
Cat part. Okay.
All right. Keep it coming.
If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
There's a kettle drum. Dun, dun.
Oh, yeah. I
Dun,
didn't hear
dun.
that. Yeah.
So they're building up this almost military march vibe.
Yep.
And then what do we hear? The machine gun fire?
Yeah. It's shooting out the letter A.
Could I get the last little bit there?
And this is my favorite part of the lyrics.
Love it.
Because it really sets the stage for who you're dealing with here. If you have a problem, number one.
Right.
Number two, if no one else can help.
You're at the
Number
bottom
three,
of the barrel.
if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
So there's three things. You got to be in some sort of pickle.
Correct.
You've tried other channels.
Correct.
They failed.
Correct.
You're desperate.
Correct.
But now you got to find
Correct.
Bobcat Goldthwait's lair.
Exactly. You have to get through him first to get to Hannibal.
You got to get through Mahoney and Commandant Lassard. And Hightower. To make your way to the A-Team.
And I feel like that's on Hannibal's checklist. He's like, well, do you have a problem? Check.
He's got a little notepad.
Exactly.
Is that the Master of Disguise guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's just sitting with a notepad and a mustache that's sort of falling off.
Chomping on a cigar. Do you remember he always had a cigar at the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, Hannibal doesn't do the math. Who's the disguise guy who vets the potential?
That's
that
Hannibal.
is Hannibal?
That is
That's
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's been a while.
Yep. Yeah, he's the white-haired guy. He looks like he's 70, but he's not. He's 40.
He's our age.
Yeah, exactly.
Golden Girls age. All right, I'm just going to move on with that.
Enter Mike Post.
A couple of things. It's such a wonderful melody. It's Star Wars caliber.
Very much.
It
yeah.
is. And I'm not bullshitting. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Do you think that Mike Post was upset when they overdubbed crashing noises
That was
and
my
stuff?
second point. It's so loud. There's so much shit going on.
Exactly. If you ask him what do you think about A-Team? Well, it was good until they freaking added all this stuff to it.
It's an epic sounding
Yeah.
song. It reminds me of a blend between a John Williams type Star Wars vibe and then a 1930s or 40s when the Earl Flynn pirate movies, swashbuckling.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got a little bit of both of those.
Yeah, I agree.
But as Ryan said, there's so much damn noise.
They need to check the levels.
All right, keep it coming.
Still marching. Still marching.
We're still marching, and it's all coming back to me. We're about to turn the corner to a little rock and roll.
Oh,
aren't we?
yeah, I think you're right.
Oh,
I think we're about to hear
sounds
some.
familiar.
I'm picturing who's the guitar player for Journey?
Neil Sean.
Neil Sean about to come out and dun.
Yeah.
So we've got this swashbuckling John Williams thing, but
Mm-hmm.
he's also a little bit rock and roll.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Bring it.
Oh, yeah. Outstanding. So good.
It's just such an 80s rock vibe.
Absolutely.
Lover Boy,
Correct.
right? If that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's not Sunset Strip, Motley Crue, Poison. It's
Yep.
who else would fall into that category?
Oh, boy.
Maybe Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
I got two Canadians already.
Yeah. I mean, it has a little bit of Loverboy Toto kind of a feel, but it's a little heavier than Toto, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's great.
It is.
Journey,
I like it.
right? Little journey.
Oh, yeah. 2 times through, you get it, too.
Great, right? It's this weird... One thing, now that we're 10 episodes in, I'm constantly amazed at what these theme songwriters pack into like a minute or 90 seconds.
Right.
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like all of these, not all, Smurfs doesn't have a lot going on, but a lot of these, there's a ton. There's so much.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we already had the opening monologue.
It's true.
So we go opening monologue with drums. Then we get our swashbuckling thing. Then we get our lover boy. I don't remember what's coming next. Are we coming back?
I think we come back.
I think we could.
But
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
That's a whole new part.
Correct.
There's strings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now you've got strings, and it's kind of like floating around.
Is it fair to say that Mike Post is the Mozart of his era?
Oh, of course.
Certainly his genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Like-
bringing in strings. He's got Neil Sean and Loverboy playing.
Mhm. It's almost like, completely different parts, right? Like a symphony.
It's he's writing 90-second to 120-second symphonies.
Exactly. Right?
Mike Mozart Post.
That's true.
No wonder Pete Townsend wrote a song about him.
I agree.
Explosions.
Yeah.
So that part's almost like 70s like prog rock. It's
Yeah.
real trippy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of funky. You feel like you're maybe tripping out a little bit.
It's weird.
It is. And then there's explosions happening the entire time.
Always.
And now we're going to finally circle
I
back.
think we finally circle back.
The chopper. Yeah.
It's a damn good song.
It's all over the map. I mean, it's all over the place.
It is. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a consistent song.
No. And whenever, this is what I think about when I hear all those background noises, the tanks and I want to see the visual of the people who did the noise. Like, the guy that was doing the breaking glass. Like, what did he do? He took a hammer and he broke a glass on it. And whatever they do, I always think it's hilarious to think about that.
And they didn't have digital drops. They were
Yeah.
It's a different era.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's really tapping their shoes or whatever it is to make the noises.
Well, that's a solid little tune. This is our first instrumental too here on episode 10.
Yes.
I mean, there's a little monologue at the beginning, but other than that, we're like classical music analysts.
Well, now that you mention the instrumental,
What the? Oh my!
That's the French one.
yes, they took the lyrics to the monologue and
So they're
Sing
singing
it.
like, in 1972, a team of crack commandos.
I cannot say for sure because I don't speak French, but that's my
escaped
understanding.
from maximum security prison.
Yeah,
give me a little more.
stockade.
What the?
I love this.
Oh man! The only thing that could make it better is if the cast from A-Team was actually singing it.
Could I get a few more? Could you dump in? Like, are they singing when the Loverboy part comes up?
Oh, good question.
They altered
They
it.
might have had a different edit.
Yeah,
Okay. This is good podcasting right here.
yeah.
So
Well,
I think they had a different edit there.
That's a nice find on that, Engineer Pete.
Well
That's,
done.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is definitely something that I learned today. I didn't know that there was a French version, and I didn't know that they sang in it.
Yep.
Well, that was great. Listeners, if you have never tuned in before, our next part, we watch along. So we weren't looking at the screen at all because we want to devote our attention to the music. But this time, we watch along and take a little bit of a shorter dive through it here and see what we see.
Fun fact, the translation of the name of the show in France is the All Risks Agency.
Well,
It's a great band name.
are you guys watching the All Risks Agency tonight? Like,
Oh, man.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's I don't know what to say to that. Man.
Can you make that a little bigger for me? Enlarge the screen on Conky. Thanks, Conky.
All right.
All right, here we go. So first thing, we got a helicopter in the screen.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a
the
military
chopper.
court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by...
Who is that? So if you're not watching along, it's just it's a helicopter. Who is in that helicopter? Who are we supposed to assume?
They look like Vietnam soldiers, I think.
It could be a flashback
Okay,
to
got it.
It's
Their
1972.
And now the next scene after this helicopter scene is the Los Angeles skyline.
Correct.
All right, let's keep her going.
By the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Fade to red. Oh, see, I like that. I didn't recall that, but the machine gun gives you the A-Team.
It's great. And like
They shoot the A-Team into the screen.
Like Ryan said, it fades to red, and it's a very 80s looking image here on the screen.
Not like Facts of Life and Growing Pains. It doesn't come swinging in from the home,
It
right?
gets blasted in.
Yeah. Instead, it's not coming out of Bobcat's mouth from the Los Angeles underground. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a Jeep flipping up. there's a couple
Choppers.
of Hueys.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that
That's
the
my
Spaceman?
favorite. Yeah. That's Hannibal.
Hannibal. Oh, that's him dressed as a crocodile.
He's a croc, and he's on. I remember this episode. It's on like some set of acting some movie or something.
Fantastic.
Cigar in hand.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
Yeah, there he is again.
If you're not watching, so he's dressed as a crocodile or an alligator,
Yep.
and then a woman,
It looked like
maybe a not super
nurse.
attractive woman,
I don't know if that was a woman. Yeah.
and a gap tooth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
and then as maybe a cult leader.
That it was.
Listeners, let us know.
I don't know what that would be, but that's close.
again. That's how you stay one step ahead of the CIA,
Yep.
John.
Dress up as a reptile.
I love that Hannibal's character name is John Smith. They couldn't think of anything. They had it John Hannibal Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Face is a good-looking man.
He's so funny.
Good
you
looking
mentioned
man.
He is a good
Handsome.
looking man.
Yeah, absolutely. And he always drove the Corvette, right? There was always a Corvette.
Oh yes,
white
there
white
was.
Corvette, white 80s style Corvette.
I don't know how these people stayed underground when they drove the same car all the time. That part,
Well,
among
a
other
white
things, confuses
80s
me.
Corvette in Los Angeles is going to
And-
blend in.
And in
Sure.
addition, of course, to being good looking, Face was a total charmer.
Correct.
He doesn't have to say a word, and he's charming the pants off you.
Absolutely.
You got no pants on.
No pants.
No pants.
What happened? Face.
Face.
Hold on. His name is Dirk?
Yeah. Dirk Benedict.
Did I miss that from your
No,
facts?
I did read that back.
Okay, Dirk.
Dirk.
All right.
It's a great name.
Now, we're getting to see a lady here, and I remember this, but
Who the hell is that? Whoa.
yeah, so I remember, again, sort of like bringing the baby on as like when ratings get a little bit slow. They had to bring a woman on at some point in the show.
And I think they might have done it early on, but
really?
Just didn't
She
test well or whatever. I don't know. They
okay.
determined that then
Okay.
maybe lasted a season.
Okay. Murdoch.
I really, as a kid, got a kick out of Murdoch.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think he was probably custom built for people in the
Kids.
8 to 12-year-old
For sure.
range. Like, he was just a hoot, nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, Murdoch.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
There he is.
Here comes B.A. Baracus.
Mm-hmm. Your pen pal.
My old pen pal, B.A. Baracus. Hi, Mr. T. School's really good. We played funnel ball on the playground today. What did you do?
Put on my overalls and chains.
He's busting open the doors. He's got the chains. He's got the vest. He's got the mohawk. A great beard. Just fantastic. All right.
Nobody could wear a set of chains like Mr. T.
True.
Nope.
Yeah, look at that. Now look at that look that he turns around. I remember this. He's in a car and he turns around and just gives a death stare to somebody. Who's messing with Mr. T?
He goes from the charm your pants off smile
Yep.
to the death stare.
Yeah.
Look at those overalls.
And he really brought the mohawk into mainstream.
he wore it well.
I agree with that. I always felt bad for him because he could never get rid of it. It was his thing, right?
Like Billy Idol with the blonde spiky hair.
Correct. Yeah, I feel bad for Billy too.
He and Billy Idol are kindred spirits.
It's true. And if he just grew his hair or shaved his head all the way, people probably wouldn't recognize him.
Maybe
Just
their
like
hair-
Billy, right?
Right.
If Billy had dark hair, he would
Nobody
just be
recognized him.
anybody.
I wonder what Billy Idol's doing right now. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Like a flaming Dodge goes into
Yeah.
a building.
Yeah, a very 80s Dodge.
Yeah. Big car.
Big, yeah.
All right. We're on with-
Love it. Yep. Cars flying everywhere.
Well, that's a solid intro.
A lot of flipping cars.
That was their MO.
I mean that in a literal sense. They're flipping over.
And I feel like one of the several times you saw it in there was always a helicopter chasing a car, like at a very low altitude, like right on its heels. And I feel like that was every episode. Like,
A lot of helicopters.
yeah, well, that's all Murdoch knew how to fly.
Well,
right?
again, for being underground,
they're above ground.
they sure know how to make a statement.
Well, I have to assume some of those were CIA helicopters as well, right?
You don't escape promptly from a maximum security stockade unless you know how to fly a plane and helicopters.
Well, that was fantastic. If you are new to our show, this is the time where we vote. The show will either get a I'll be back, which means it ends up on our wall of fame, or it gets a You're in Big Trouble, Mister, which puts it on our wall of shame. Majority rules. All it needs is 2 votes to go one way or the other. And I'm known as the softie on the show, so I'm going to vote first because I'm a little more predictable. I give this an I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. That's-
Ryan.
I'm going to give it an Arnold, and I'm going to give it an Arnold because clearly I liked it as a kid because I memorized it. I memorized
You almost
it.
have to give it an Arnold.
Yeah, right. Like I feel compelled to, but also Mike Post. I was pleasantly surprised to learn that Mike Post.
And we'll be hearing more from Mike Post as the episodes go on.
Yeah, so I'll give it an Arnold.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Well, no
And
matter
I-
what, it's on the wall of fame.
Yeah.
But Engineer
I'll be
Pete.
back.
Yeah. I mean, that's a classic. No matter what you thought of the show, that theme song is legendary.
It is.
And it's almost in a category of its own. There's no other. I mean, it's instrumental, but it also had the spoken word in front of it. And I can't think of any other song off the top of my head like that.
It's great. And the A-Team, for a certain age group, for a couple of years, was a huge cultural phenomenon here in the United States. Obviously in France. International listeners, and we've got listeners I know in Austria and Thailand and Finland. Let us know your memories of the A-Team, and we'll share them out in an episode or two if you have anything to share with us. Well, that was great. Any questions, specific or broad, before we wrap it up? We are right in our sweet spot for time. We're at 45 minutes. Anybody got anything else before we call her a day?
No, let's get Conky charged up and call her a day.
Well, fellas, happy anniversary. 10 episodes.
Yeah.
We each just had a gallon of Dr. Fong of Tahiti.
Yeah.
And
to Dr. Fong.
To Dr. Fong. Cheers, guys. And
Cheers.
Thank you for tuning in to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We'll see you guys next week.